Before I got on this live today, I spilled something all over my dress and I tried to wipe it off and it just did not come off. Well, it came off, but now I got this big water stain on my shirt, but that's okay because that's not important. What's important is you. How are you doing today? And I see you guys on here early, and I appreciate that. So yeah, you guys go ahead. Y'all are on it now. I don't see any hearts though. I don't see any love. I don't see you guys giving Coach Gwendolyn any love today. We are going to be talking about something that a lot of people deal with, by the way, and that is wanting something in life or wanting to be something different and having that desire for a long period of time but not seeing any change, not receiving the things that we pray for in life, that we beg for in life, that we sometimes we feel envy when other people have these things, or jealousy. We feel so many different emotions based on what we don't have and what we do want. But here's the catch. What's stopping you from getting those things? We're going to be talking about what's holding you back from becoming, what's holding you back from getting the life and the things that you so honestly in your heart feel that you deserve, okay? And I'm going to give you a little help as far as how to go about making sure that you can get these things in life. So today is really great. This live is going to be so amazing because who doesn't want what they want when they want it in life? Who doesn't want to get what they deserve? What we call it, their just dessert. So yeah, I want you to have everything when it comes to your health, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your happiness. Everything that can build a better life for you, I think it's important that you have. So today we're working on you as usual. These lives are all about no judgment. It's about healing, growth, becoming, all of the things that we just know that life has in store for us that are amazing. Life isn't going to be perfect. We get that because we've seen that. But we mustn't forget about the amazing times that life presents us. There's a yin, there's a yang, there's a up, there's a down, there's a left, there's a right, there's an opposite to everything. So learn to focus more on those great things that have happened in your life and learn from the things that were not great in your life. It's not that I don't want you to remember, but I want you to learn from those things that were not so great. And then thrive and focus and vibrate on those things that are amazing. That's all I'm asking. So often we are easily focused on the negative. Like somebody could literally hurt their finger or break their finger. Okay, it's broken. We're taking pain medication. It doesn't hurt anymore. And then we'll walk around and tell that story over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But I would be yet to hear that person who's complaining about that tell me what happened great in their life that day. Have you ever seen that happen in your life? Have you ever done that? Have you ever had something happen and you just focus on that all day, every second? Well, it's nothing wrong with acknowledging it. It's nothing wrong with sharing that pain or that injury. But balance it, because there has to be balance in our life. When we say ouch, we also have to smile. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Glenn, how are you? Happy Sunday, Glenn. Who all do we have on here? Y'all, you know what? Y'all leave me some comments. I want to know, where are you all watching me from? Can y'all tell me that? I never asked you guys that. Well, I did think one or two times, but today I want to know, where are you watching Coach Gwendolyn from? Hey here, Latia. How are you? Let's see, we have Tay here. Tay says, can you explain to me these texts? It's from Bible Ezekiel. What do you mean for you? The word of the Lord came to me, son of man. There were two women, daughters, in the same. I really don't understand those, but I'll go back and, well, I'll go and look them up. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. Maybe somebody can in the comments. I bet you here, Latia could possibly help you if she can get enough wording, because they don't let us type a lot on these comments. So that's kind of like a broken comment or a sentence or a statement. And I can't really figure that out. And I apologize, because you are so important to me. And I want so bad to help you with any and everything that I can. But unfortunately, that one's going to go shoot over my head today. So let's see if one of our amazing friends on here can help you with that. Let's see here. And we have Cherry. I guess, yes, that's Cherry. I like the way you wrote that with that 3. Cool. Cherry says, can you please play my music? I just made it today. Actually, it's kind of funny to say my guinea pig made it. Okay. All right. Well, I can't play your music because YouTube will not allow me to play music. And plus, we're going to be getting back on subject in a minute. I just wanted to read your comments. Can y'all tell me where you're from? That was the original question. And not that you have to stick to my question, by God, because this is a space where you can feel free to speak like you want. So remember that. But I do want to know where you're from right now, okay? Let's see here. Lord, thank you for a second chance to live. For life, love you so much. Amen, amen. Hey, Marilyn, how are you? And hey, WS Hog, I hope I said that correct. Guys, thank you all for joining me so much. I'm so glad y'all are here. So yes, let me tell you something. About 10 years ago, I met a really close friend of mine. And we were talking the other day on the phone. And they told me, they said, Gwen. They don't call me Coach Gwen. They just call me Gwen, you know. Some of y'all, you know, can call me Gwen or call me Coach Gwen, you know, whatever you prefer. But they told me, they said, I've been praying for better life, for better health, for better finance, for better relationships. They said they've been praying for a while for these things. And they said that it was not happening in their life, and they were very disappointed. And then I was being patient. I was listening to them, and I was like, okay, so you've been praying and praying, and maybe some of you, maybe you have been praying for better health, for better relationship, for, you know, more finance, stronger, you know, financial backing, you know, for whatever. And maybe you haven't received it. Has anyone on here been praying for something and haven't received it? But as I heard them say that, it hit me. And I thought, wait a minute. My friend's been praying for this for a long time and it's not happening. So I asked, what have you been doing differently? They said, nothing, just praying. You know, my mother used to tell me, and I always bring my mother because my mama, she was so wise. She said that nothing will change in your life on the outside until you change the inside. And I had this boyfriend who did not like living in the state of Alabama, so he decided to move to Georgia because he wanted a better life for himself. And my mother told him, she said, look, baby, you can move to another state, but when you get to that other state, you're going to have the same results because you're not taking a new person with you. You're taking the same you. Change starts with you. That's what's holding you back, okay? I want you to understand that. You're going to have to work on old habits, old beliefs. You know, some of us have those fixed mindsets. We can see that something is not changing in life. For instance, maybe you want to lose weight, and you're on a diet where you're counting you're cutting calories, and you're mad because you're going, I've cut my calories all the way down, and I'm still not losing weight. Now, that's the thing. You heard yourself say you've done something, but it's not working. If you're doing something and it's not working, if you want something and it's not working, that means you need to add more change. You need to change something else in your life. You need to change another belief system or belief that you have in your mind. You understand? Because you're working and moving on an old program. Yeah, you're working and moving on an old program. Even with our cell phones, we keep changing. We keep upgrading so that we can move faster, get stuff quicker. You know, things change. Your mind has to be willing to change to get new results, okay? So if you're cutting calories and it's not working, that means maybe you need to start walking. Or maybe you need to change the type of foods you're eating. Maybe you need to go to unprocessed foods, you know. When I was going through menopause, I cut my calories. I started walking. Nothing was happening. Well, something was. I was still gaining weight, and I was gaining a lot of weight in my midsection, okay? I couldn't figure out why. I went to the doctor. My doctor said, you are going to have to go into a calorie. Oh my God, deficit. A calorie deficit? I didn't even know what that meant. I said, what do you mean a calorie deficit? You want me to go into a calorie deficit? That sounds like you're asking me to jump off the top of a bridge and kill myself. I mean, that was like a whole nother language to me. I was already hungry. So that's when I said, you know what? You can keep doing the same thing and getting the same results, or you can do something different to get the results that you desire. When I did that, the weight started coming off. So what I'm telling you is, if you want that car, if you want that relationship, if you want that good health, if you, whatever it is you want, that big house, you have to be willing to change the way you think in order to change the way you act, in order to bring something different into your life. Visualizing it and wanting something, that's the first step. Kudos. I'm proud of you. You thought of what you wanted. You feel what you want, and feeling is a great thing. That's a strong vibration that sends out signals of what you want, but you've got to be willing to do the work. And the work is to change that mindset, to change the inside, to do what it takes to get something on the outside. And that's what I want you to know today. Let's see what we have here. So we're, let's go back up and read some of these before I continue. We stopped off with, okay, W.S. Hogg is from Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. That's why I was born in Chicago, Illinois. Love it. Let's see here. Hey, Marilyn, how are you doing? Thanks for the hearts. We got Chicago me. I'm messing that up, baby, but you know I love you. Okay? And you said, I dig the gap in your smile. Thank you so much. Allie Highs. Hi. Your eyes are so pretty, so cute. Thank you guys. You guys are so nice tonight. Well, you're nice every night. You're nice all the time. And I love you guys. Did y'all know Coach Gwendolyn love y'all? Y'all are so amazing. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm just so humbled to be here with you all. And I want you all to know that if I could reach inside of this phone, I wish I could just reach in. If I could reach in, I would give you guys the biggest hug ever. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for being here with me. I couldn't wait to come on this live tonight, as a matter of fact. That's every freaking Sunday at 7:30 p.m. I'm going, is it time for me to see my friends? Is it time for me to see my friends? And then, like, I usually look down at 7-11 every night. And then at 7-11, I smile. I go, I know it's going to be a good night. And then it hits like 7:25, and I go, oh, you have 5 minutes left. Make sure everything's in place because you're getting ready to see your friends. And it goes from 7:25 to 7:30 like that. And then I hit the little button and I'm on here, and my whole heart just lights up because I know you guys are here on the other side of this phone. And for those who aren't here at 7:30 sharp, I know you're coming, and you all never seem to disappoint me. And when my regulars are not here, I always go, what happened? Are they okay? And then I see you guys watch my videos and then my reels and then on my podcast, which is Win Win with Gwen here on YouTube. And I can see you in the comments. Y'all, yeah, check out Win Win with Gwen tonight, okay? Oh, and by the way, I forgot. I got something to show you guys. Give me 1 minute. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Oh my God, please let me find it. Oh God. Okay. I got it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm back. That was my granddaughter calling. But look what I got, guys. And it's upside down. Let me turn it right. I've got a copy of my book because every time I get a book, I literally give it away. I give it away. Okay, so I got another one and I don't know who I'm going to give it away to, but somebody will get it and I'll have to get another one. I usually have a lot, but I always just give them away because for people who don't have one or I meet and I think it's going to help them, I usually get it for them. But yes, this is my book, Get Beat to Get Better. You see that? You see that? You see that? And you guys can get that book on Amazon, by the way. Yes. And I think I'll tell you guys, go to the podcast because there's so much information that helps you grow, helps you heal, helps you become. You know, and everything is about you. This book I wrote this book to help people, to help people guide themselves into the greatness, you know, because you can't go nowhere if you yourself don't want to go. So I'm just somebody that's a tool for you. That's what I am. I'm a friend, I'm a coach, and I'm a tool. And I create things so that you can have the life that you always dream of. And that's what we're talking about here on this live today. What does it take for you to have that life that you dream of? So guys, get your copy of Get Beat to Get Better on Amazon by yours truly, Coach Gwen, okay? So yeah, and check out that podcast, guys. So what I was saying was, whenever I don't see you all on here, and then I do a reel and I see you guys comment, I'll ask you, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? And sometimes you'll come back the next weekend and you'll tell me, hey, this was happening in my life. So guys, when you're not here, I miss you. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I miss you guys when you're not here. I love you guys so much. So let's see what else we said. We said, Hility is from Missouri. Shout out to Missouri. We have A Hair 4180. Let me just spell that. AHRIRE 4180. And they took their message back, and that's fine. And we have Chrysos Patriot. Hello, how are you? And we have, someone says Oprah. So I have Zorny. I'm going to just say Zorny. I get that a lot, by the way, that I remind people of Oprah. I do get that. It is crazy because she's from my way, Chicago. I mentioned a minute ago that I was from Chicago. Who knows? Maybe there's a relationship. Maybe there's not. But I will say this, our height don't match. Oprah is so tall. I'm 5'2", by the way. So I'm not that tall of a person. But yeah, let me see here. We have pescatarian. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. What do you mean by pescatarian? Why would you mention that? That's random, or did I miss something? Let me know about that, okay? And thanks for those hearts, guys. So let's keep going on. So then, you know what? I was talking about my friend, and what they were doing was they were protecting the very habits that created the old ways and old things that they wanted to get out of their life. And sometimes we're asking God to change our circumstances while he's trying to change us. And that's what you have to realize. You can ask for things, you can want them, but you have to start changing who you are. Okay? That's important. I want you to stop just asking for things. I want you to go out and make the changes that are needed to bring those things into you, honey, or to you, okay? Tonight is not about just making you feel good, by the way, although I want you to feel good. I do. But tonight is about making you think, because the life you want may require a version of you that doesn't quite exist yet. And that's what I mean when I say do the work. Who you are, it's possible to be changed in order to get the things you want. Let's say you wanted to be a physician. You can't just say, I want to be a physician. You have to do the things that it takes to become that. And in this society, you have to go to school. You have to learn. You have to do the work. You have to find ways. And when you fail, you have to be willing to get back up. When life knocks you down 9, baby, you get back up 10. And that's a common thing you hear. But baby, life may knock you down 15 times. And Coach Gwen says you have to get up 16. Life can be hard sometimes, but life can be easy. Life can be full of a lot of things, but you got to be willing to live life. You just can't be alive in this world. You know, some people are just alive, but they're not living. Are you willing to live the life you have, to have the things you want, to become the person you want to be? Then that's going to have to take change. That's going to have to take you looking at where you are and who you are and deciding where you need to change, what you need to change so that you can have those things in life. You've got to do the work, baby. You've got to do the work. Okay, all right. Somebody asked were you a vegan. I guess they removed it. Now that makes sense. That makes sense, Latia. Thanks for clearing that up. And then someone said, I brought your book a couple of months ago and I would like to get an autograph. Are you having a seminar or book signing? I can come out and let you sign it in Chicago. You know what? I'll be in Chicago probably a year, probably next year, probably next year. And what I'm going to start doing is when I travel, I'm going to start trying to do some book signings because I'm missing those opportunities for people who are in those areas. And I go to Chicago at least once a year. So, yeah, I'm in Georgia a lot, by the way. But we're going to figure this out, guys. So, thank you so much. I am humbled by your purchase. I appreciate that. And yes, we'll find a way to get that book signed for you. Let's see. And thanks for those hearts. You know I see them hearts. Y'all, let me send y'all some hearts before we get back started. We ain't in no rush, baby. I'm here for you guys tonight. And if it takes all night and you got all night, then we're going to get this stuff done. So let's keep going. So tonight is not about making you feel good. Tonight is about making you think because the life you want may require a version of you that doesn't exist yet. So, do you have any idea of where you're stuck in life? Is it your relationship? And I mean, just type it in. Are you having a situation in your life where you wish your relationships were better? It doesn't have to be with a male or female. It could be with your family, your co-workers, your friends, you know, your relationships in general. Is there someone on here? Is it you that is having a situation where you wish your finances were better? You know, did you have a certain credit score? Did you get a certain bank loan and qualify for a home or a car or pay for your school or maybe your children's school? You just wish that your finances were better. You didn't have to struggle from paycheck to paycheck. Is that you? Am I talking to you? Are you wishing that you could do better when it comes to your health, when it comes to your exercising and the way you eat? Is that you? Are you hoping for that? What is it that you feel you need work on? What do you feel you want to grow? Where do you feel like you want change? Where do you feel like in your life you want to have something different? And what is that thing that you want to have different? Are you waiting for a motorcycle that you've been wishing you had for years? Are you wishing that you can go mountain climbing or camping and you've never done it before? You're not even taking the first step to purchase your tent. If it is camping, what is it that you desire that you've been waiting for in life? Express it tonight. Words are powerful. Type it in. Let someone else's eyes see it, read it, spread it, vibrate it. Baby, words are powerful. Let's take what you want tonight as the group and let's do an affirmation on everything someone types tonight on the screen. If you say you want something, let the people on the other side of the screen with positivity, with love, with hope, with grace, with prayer. Pray that for you. And not just hope, pray, and affirm. Let's hope, pray, and affirm that that person takes action, that that person does the work, create the changes in their mindset to bring that to them. Works without action is dead, baby. You got to do the work. I ain't playing with y'all. Y'all better do the work. So, the reason people stay stuck, we're going to discuss that because a lot of times people want to blame what's on the outside of them as the reason for why they can't get things, when in reality it's what's in the inside that's stopping them. So, have you ever noticed that two people can be given the exact same opportunity? Now, this is true. You can give two people the exact same opportunity, but one comes out ahead of the other. Why do you think that happens? Again, they have the same opportunity. No one is luckier than the other. No one has more money than the other. No one has more talent than the other. Like they're literally on the same playing field, okay? They have the exact same resources. But one comes out on top. One gets the things in life that they desire. Why is that? So one isn't smarter, one doesn't have more money, one is not lucky. Why do you think? It's because one of those individuals has decided to become something different. They've decided to think outside of their comfort zone, move outside of their comfort zone to get up and do the work. They both have a vision, or should I say, they both have a thought. They both have a vision. They both speak that vision. But only one is willing to do something outside of how they've been raised or what they've been taught, of how they've been conditioned. They step outside of their belief system and they do something different. They become something different. They say, I want to be an artist. And then they pick up the brush. Even though someone may tell them, we don't have artists in our family. You can't draw. Because, you have to start somewhere. We usually start on ground zero. One person listens to the negativity and decides not to make a move, where the other one hears the negativity and decides to do it anyway. They feel the fear and they decide to do it anyway. They fail and they decide to get up and do it again. That's the difference. Are you this person or are you that person? Because the person who decides to think different is the person who will get different. Does that make sense? You've got to be willing to do the work, honey. I'm trying to think of a change that I made in my life that was hard. Oh, we were talking about pescatarian, and we were talking about, if I was a vegan or a pescatarian. When I decided to become a pescatarian, baby, I was soul food down so much. My mother even had a soul food restaurant in Alabama called Jean's Soul Food. I worked in the kitchen with her. I helped to cook in that kitchen, and baby, I was the tasting queen, baby. You talking about her making sweet potato pies, baby. I was the bowl liquor, okay? The old mama, you missing something. The old mama, you not. And by the way, mama was never missing anything. Mama had that on point. That bowl was clean before it was washed. That's all I'm saying. I licked the heck out that bowl, y'all. Let me see what y'all talking about. It's hard for me to go off my apartment that I value so much. Hold on, let's see what we're saying here. It says, it's hard for me to let go of items in my apartment that I value so much. I would like to learn how to let go of material things if you can help me with that. You know what? I want to help you. I can help you. And I want you to send me an email. And here, Latia, if you could put my email address in there, it's mindsabovematters@gmail.com. I would love to help you one-on-one with that, sweetheart. That. Let me tell you something about that. That's easier said and easier done. People say easier said than done, but not in this case, baby. If that's what you need help with, Coach Gwendolyn is willing, able, and I know we can take care of that. So yeah, shoot me an email. I'll give you the information you need, and I would love to be your coach and help you through that. Guaranteed that we can get through that together, baby, because I already know how amazing you are. Just the fact that you can tell me right here that that's what you need, you are ahead of the game, honey. Most people won't even speak up about what they need help with. Look at you. Y'all, we got a winner on this live tonight. We have a winner on this live tonight. Kudos to you, and thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I was talking about, I was going from soul food to pescatarian, but I didn't just jump into that. I'm gonna let you know that. I took steps. I started to slowly eliminate different food groups. I didn't just go to cold turkey. I started with pork when it came to meat. Then I went to beef. Then I removed turkey. Then I removed chicken, because those were the common meats I would eat. And then I left the one, which was, I love catfish, by the way, guys. Ooh, I love catfish. So it was a pescatarian food I got to keep along with other things when it comes to seafood. But I didn't just jump into it. And then when I started I'm still in the process of eliminating processed foods. And when I say processed foods, that's foods that don't go by their first name. You understand? Somebody said I remind them of Oprah. It's like Oprah, the first name only. Anything after that is somebody else. Okra is okra. It's not okra plus blah, 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 this additive, that, this is okra. And so I'm trying to get down to eating foods that only go by one name. For instance, so that's what I'm talking about, processed foods. Processed foods are foods that have all these other additive and ingredients on it when you read the box, okay, of the labels. So I try to eat corn, I try to eat rice, I try to eat beans, string beans, peas, things with one word, one name, no additives. And that includes me letting go of those sugary things. And I am so addicted to the sugar, still and yet, but I'm becoming better day by day. I meet myself who I am, and that's what I want to say. You meet yourself where you are. Don't be cruel to yourself. It's okay to fail and get back up and try again, because that's how I became a pescatarian. As I just told you, I let go one meat, then the next meat, then the next meat, then the next meat, and here I am. And so I'm doing the same thing when it comes to letting go of foods that have preservatives and additives and coloring and poisons in them. And people always complain about the government's trying to kill us with the food. Baby, you have to make a choice to let that go. Think about it. The government's killing you, or are you buying it? Are you consuming it? Think about that. And it's nothing that I'm trying to throw at you. I'm just saying, if that's one of your complaints, because it was mine and it still is mine, I want to keep fighting that battle until I win. And that means when something fails, I'm going to think of another way to do it. Meaning, I'm going to check my belief systems and say, wait a minute, I've been doing this right here for 6 months and I'm still addicted. I have to find something else. I have to go do some research. I have to go see what other people have done. Now it's time for me to step outside of my mind and get into the mind of others to see what happens. Or I need to meditate so that I can hear God's voice inside of me. You understand? Sometimes the answers are in us, but we have to sit quiet so that we can hear those answers. So that's some advice to you as well. Maybe you need to sit back and start to meditate so that you can find the solution to whatever it is that you want to overcome or what you want to bring into that amazing life of yours. Thank you, Hilatia. So if nothing changes inside of you, nothing changes around you. That's what I'm saying tonight. If nothing changes inside of you, nothing changes around you. You've got to do the work. God changes people before he changes circumstances, sweetheart. So we want to move from blaming to responsibility. We spend so much time asking God to change our circumstances that we forget we often want to change us. He often wants to change us first. We ask for big opportunities, but we haven't developed bigger discipline. And that's what I'm working on now. I'm working on discipline when it comes to letting go of these foods that have all these artificial flavors and poison and additives and all that. I'm working on that, honey, and I'm working on the discipline, because the only way to change something that's a habit is to have discipline. Discipline is very important. So I want you to take that note, write it down, type it in your phone, put it on paper, put it in your memory bank. But you have to have discipline in the middle of change, okay? We ask for strong relationships, but we haven't become better communicators. You understand? You got to do the work. Something inside of you needs to change. You need to work on your communication too if you want to have a better relationship with someone. Maybe that's where your weakness is at. Maybe you don't understand that. We ask for financial freedom, but we haven't learned financial responsibility, honey. Give Amazon a break, why don't you? Okay, Amazon's learned financial freedom by getting into your pockets. You understand? The fast food chains have learned financial freedom by getting into your body. Everybody around you is earning and learning and holding on to their finances at your expense. Break some of those financial habits that you have. That's why your bank account keeps making you live paycheck to paycheck when you know you're earning more than your bills are. And maybe you don't earn more than your bills, and so that's why you're living paycheck to paycheck. But what's stopping you from increasing your income? Oh, should we play the blame game? Should we blame it on the fact that I didn't go to college? Should we blame it on the fact that I came from poverty? What are we blaming? What are we blaming instead of saying, wait a minute, I am not my past. Those things that are negative in my life, they're part of my story, but they're not who I am. What happened to me is something I survived, but it's not who I am. I mean, what are we talking right now? What are we blaming? Baby, you have a beautiful mind. Oh, you have a beautiful mind, sweetheart. And there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. Everything you need is already inside of you. You are made in the image of your God. Tell me you can't get something on this planet done, irregardless of what you've been through or where you're starting. Remember, I talked earlier about two people having the same exact situations. If two people came from nothing and one person made something, that's only because they decided to think different. No matter where you come from, no matter where you are at this moment, there is a greatness and a strength inside of you that will allow you to overcome past and present obstacles and take you to greater heights. There are no glass ceilings over your life, honey. The only time there's a glass ceiling holding you back is when you create that glass ceiling, honey. What God has for you can nobody stop you from getting. I kid you not. Fear can't stop you. Fire can't stop you, baby. You just got to find a way to go around. You got to find a way to get the hose and put it out. There's nothing that can stop you when God has something for you. There's nothing that can stop you when you go to do the work, even when you've been knocked down 13 times and you get back up 14. Baby, keep going. Baby, keep going. Do you hear me? Keep going, because you got this. Everything. I wouldn't sit here and lie to you. I wouldn't sit here and trick you. I wouldn't sit here and play with you. Dude, you don't even know what the person who got my book, the person who bought this book, Get Better, you know what I've been through. You know what I've been through. And baby, your girl's still standing. Your girl's still standing. Your girl's still standing. And that's why I know you can do the things and have the things that you want in life, because I have a testimony so powerful that is proof that you can get beat and get better. That's the title of this book, Get Beat to Get Better, baby. That beat I'm talking about is an acronym that I live by, baby. It's what motivated me to write this book, Get Beat to Get Better, because it talks about belief, expectations, affirmations, and tenacity, baby. And that's what you need to make it happen. And if you need coaching from Coach Gwendolyn, I've told you all to contact me at mindsabovematters@gmail.com. I would love to coach you into your greatness. And if you're not ready for that, start with this book, Get Beat to Get Better, baby. Because I'm telling you, it's about the belief. It's about the expectation. It's about the affirmation. It's about the tenacity. That's what winning is about. And baby, you a winner. You a winner, sweetheart. I see you. I see you. You are a winner. So yeah, we're asking for stronger relationships, but we haven't become communicators. We're asking for financial freedom, but we haven't learned financial responsibility. The life you're praying for may require a version of you that doesn't exist yet. That isn't criticism. That isn't criticism. I'm not criticizing you because you are not who you need to be in order to get what you want yet. Maybe because we meet ourselves where we are. We love ourselves where we are. We understand that nothing's perfect, not even us, but baby, that deserves love. That deserves care. That deserves putting you first. You know what I'm saying? You're welcome, Warrior Garden. Thank you so much, growing and always. And I'm so glad you're here today. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that like. Don't forget to send me some love, baby. And if you leave the room, come on back in before I leave tonight, because I want to see you. I hope you stay. I hope all of y'all stay tonight. So let's keep talking here. Let's get down to business, because I got this stuff to get out to y'all before I go. And I ain't leaving until you get it, because I love you. I love you, baby. Let's see here. So yeah, this isn't criticism. This is an invitation. So maybe let's see. We want to talk about the transformation. Because that transformation I'm talking about, that work I'm talking about, that ain't going to be comfortable. It's not going to be easy. It's not. But you got to be willing to do the work, even when it's easy, even when it's not. And I get it. Your situation now you're used to. You know what it has to offer. You're there already. It's comfortable. Or is it uneasy? Is it stressful? You know, we always say it's our comfort zone, but is it our stress zone? I don't know who came up with the term comfort zone in an area of our lives where we're struggling, in an area of our life where we're desiring something different. How can that be a comfort zone? That sounds like a stress zone. We're going to call it a stress zone tonight. We're going to stop calling it a comfort zone if I can remember to stop doing that, because that's not my comfort zone. That's my stress zone. Anytime I want to stop eating certain foods so I can improve my health, that's not my comfort zone. That's my stress zone. My comfort zone is going to be the one that I call home, that I call health, that I call wealth, that I call love. That's my comfort zone. mm. So growth is uncomfortable because it asks you to let go of the person you've become comfortable with, okay? That's what my notes say, comfortable with. Think about a butterfly, guys. It cannot become a butterfly without its struggle. You all know that. It has to go into a cocoon. It has to be a caterpillar. It has to bust out. It has to transform. It has to do all of that. And so do you. You want to get the house, you got to get the credit. First, you got to get the job, get the income, get the credit up, go in the bank, get approved, get denied, look for the house, love the house, go do the paperwork, get the attorney, do all that stuff. You got to do until you have. It takes work. It takes you stepping into situations that you're not comfortable with, but you got to step into them. And then you become the expert. And then you're giving advice to someone. I remember talking to a client of mine when I was in insurance. I used to be a State Farm agent years ago, and they wanted a house. And I said, have you sat down at the bank? They said, no, because my credit bad. I said, well, honey, that's what the bank is for, to tell you the same thing you just told me, that your credit's bad. And then to tell you, but you can get the house if you remove A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And we can start working on that. How about you go ahead and remove these items, then we'll do another credit check on you and see where you are. And they tell you the credit score that is going to be needed. See, if you don't take the first step, then you don't know which direction to go in. And sometimes you take the first step and you still don't know what direction to go in. So you just keep taking steps until you get there. But you got to do something. You understand that? You got to do something. You really think you're doing something with your little 3 flowers on your little YouTube channel. Hello, gentle. Thank you for joining me. I don't know what brought you here, but I'm glad you're here today. And I want to tell you something. You are loved, no matter what type of comments you have. Even if they're negative, even if they're positive, God brought you here where love exists. And I love you. And whatever you have to get out of you, off your heart, or whatever went on in your life that brought you to still speak in that manner, you're welcome here without judgment. I love you, baby. You say whatever you need tonight. This is a place of no judgment. I don't want anybody to get upset about anybody who ever comes in here and speaks ill of anything, including me, because broken people, they speak certain ways and they behave certain ways, and this is a no judgment. This is where healing begins, baby, and anger ends. We're not going to hold anything against anybody. I love you, baby, and thank you for coming to this live. Thank you so much, Gentle Cream Pie. Thank you for being here. I love you, baby. Love you. Thanks for joining. And I hope to see you here more often. Thank you so much. And don't forget to hit that like. And don't forget to send me some love, because I'm sending you love. I generally love you. And I know that God has brought you to this room tonight. I love you, baby. And I don't know if anybody told you that today, but I truly, honestly, you know, you make me want to cry because I can feel you through this phone, baby. I love you. I love you dearly. Y'all, send a heart emoji to my baby. to Gentle Cream Pie. Y'all send a heart emoji. Type a heart emoji and let Gentle Cream Pie know that they've come into a space of love. Please, please hit that emoji just for Gentle Cream Pie. I love you guys. Let's keep going. So yeah, think about a butterfly. It cannot become a butterfly while existing on why insisting on staying a caterpillar. Transformation requires change. The same is true of us. Transformation requires change. You're going to have to change if you want to see something different in your life. If you keep thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, responding the same way, you'll keep creating the same life. You know, if you put let's see, if you put peanut butter, flour, sugar, vanilla extract, milk, baking powder, whatever, if you put that in a dish and you keep stirring it and putting it in the oven, you're gonna keep getting peanut butter cookies. Okay, you're not gonna get macadamia, and you're not gonna get what other kind of cookie? Chocolate chips. You're not gonna get those. You're going to get peanut butter cookies until you change the ingredients. You understand? Until you change who you are, you're going to keep getting the same results. You keep putting the same ingredients in, meaning the same thoughts, you're going to keep getting the same results. You've got to be willing to change your mind, even when it's uncomfortable, sweetheart. You've got to do the work. Your future isn't waiting for a lucky break. It's waiting for a better version of you. Everything is waiting on a better version of you. You've got to become a better version of yourself. Meet yourself where you are. Love yourself. Be kind to the person you are today. But understand that the person you are today has the ability to become somebody greater in the future by doing the work. Okay? Believe in yourself enough to know that. This stream is about, and I'll tell you what it's about. And I had a title on it before you came in. You could have probably seen it. But we're talking about what it takes to get the life that you desire tomorrow. And that means changing who you are here. Being willing to push past fear. Being willing to question your old habits in order to get the things in life that you want. Maybe you want a new car, maybe you want a new house, maybe you want better health, maybe you want a different relationship, maybe you want financial security. Whatever it is that you're wanting that is not changing, I'm here today as your transformational coach to let you know that change has to start from within in order for you to see change outside. You can move to a new state, but as long as you take yourself with you, you're going to have the same results if you haven't changed the inside. That's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the change you have to be willing to make when it comes to looking at the fact of what you're doing, you're not getting results. We're talking about changing the actions you're taking, and you can't change the actions you're taking unless you change the mindset. And that's what we're talking about today. So thank you for asking. Somebody said that they don't even understand what the stream is about. That's what it's about. And every time you enter into this space, it's going to be about growth. It's going to be about healing. It's going to be about love. It's going to be about no judgment. And that's what we are doing today. We are creating a space where men aren't attacking women with comments like, how many bodies have you had? Or women aren't attacking men going, honey, you can't date if you don't have a certain income. We're not doing that here. We're loving, we're healing, we're growing, we're not judging. And that's the space you've just entered, just so you know. And I love you, and thanks for the question. Thank you so much for the luck. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So let's see here. Tonight I want you to answer 3 questions. And the 3 questions are, and this is for you. This is not for you to answer here. I want you to write this down, or I want you to go back and rewind this later. And then I want you to really think about these questions, because this is where growth happens right here, okay? It happened in many areas tonight, but this is the one I want you to definitely pay attention to. Are these 3 questions. Who are you today? Who do you want to become? And what's stopping you? Those are the 3 questions. Let me repeat them again. Who am I today? Who do I want to become? And what's stopping me from becoming that? That's something you need to pay attention to. That's something you need to honestly ask yourself and answer. And you don't have to come up with the answer just like that, baby. want you to take your time and think about that, okay? Take your time. I have to go to work in an hour and I don't understand what's going on here. I'm so sorry. I tell you what you do. When you get to a point, start this live over new, because this live is going to be saved. And this is for, and I can't pronounce your name, but I see your comments. You say, I have to go to work. I hear you. Start this live from the beginning, because it's something you don't want to miss, baby. If you brought yourself here, you came here with reason. Now you're going to have to watch the live from the beginning when you're sitting somewhere quietly, or maybe share it with somebody you want to enjoy it with, and just watch it and you'll get a fuller understanding. I promise you will. And I want to apologize for you not being able to catch on. I tried to do the best I could a minute ago by going over things again, but I don't think that worked for you, and I get that, and I love you. But just catch the live once I'm finished. Start it from the beginning, watch it to the end, and then I'll see you next week, same time, 7:30, right here on YouTube. And try to get in early. Try to be here at 7:30 sharp, so you'll get the beginning and you'll start to understand more of what we're talking about, because this is all about growth, baby. It's about growth. And maybe this particular live doesn't connect to what you want in life or what you need at the time, but who knows, the next one may be right up your alley. So stick with me, join me again, and know that I love you. And I am humbled for you even gracing this live today and staying long enough to have commented 3 or 4 times. I see you. And all of you, I see you all. I believe in you guys. I love you all. And I want nothing more and nothing less than for my lives to help your life. Because you got this. I know you do. So yeah. So answer those questions. Who am I today? Who do I need to become? And what's stopping me? What has... Okay, so, the things in your life that are staying the same that you don't want to stay the same, you want to kind of ask yourself, what is it costing you? What is that thing in your life that you want to change that you haven't changed? What is it costing you? When we don't make the needed changes in our life, it costs us so much. Sometimes it costs us peace. It costs us confidence. It costs us our marriage. Sometimes we let the ego get in the way, and I'm not going to say sorry, or I'm not going to change nothing about me. They need to be the one. When the ego gets in the way, change doesn't happen, and marriage is in. Get the ego out the way, honey. Saying I'm sorry or changing or going to get therapy. Maybe you were told that therapy doesn't work. Maybe you were told that only weak people go to therapy. Maybe you were told that that's putting people in your business, honey. Your marriage means enough to try something different than what you were taught inside that mind. And that's what I'm talking about. Step outside of that comfort zone and get what you need so that you can have what you desire, what you deserve. Sometimes you got to think different in order to get different. You understand me? Is it costing you your dreams? Is it costing you your health? Is it costing you time? What is this costing you? Sometimes the greatest pain isn't failure. It's realizing that you stayed the same when you had a chance to grow. You understand me? Ain't nothing wrong with change, baby. I hear people say, oh, I've been this way all my life. I ain't changing for nobody. But can you change for yourself? Can you change for yourself? That's what Coach Gwendolyn wants to know. Can you change for you? Can you change so that you can have a better life? I'm not asking you to change for nobody. You're right. I ain't changing for nobody. But can you change for you? Can you? That's what I want to know. Can you? Go ahead, answer in the comments, yes or no. Are you willing to change for you? To become the better version of yourself, to become the version of yourself that needs to be in order to have what you desire in this life. Can you change for you? Can you? You're so amazing, by the way. Oh, God, you're amazing. So let's keep going, guys, because I'm almost about to wrap this up. And I hate leaving you. I hate it. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to leave you guys tonight. Let's see here. I have to go to work. Okay, I get that. Okay, soon your whole America will be fit. Okay, got you. Let's see. So I want you to let that sink in. Let's see here. Sometimes the greatest pain isn't failure, it's realizing you stayed the same when you had a chance to grow. Yes, let that sink in. So here's where change begins, okay? And this is important. Everything's been important, but this is something I want you to pay close attention to, because where does change begin? When you stop blaming people, that's where it begins. When you start learning something different than what you've already known, that's when it begins. When you start to protect your peace, when you choose consistency over motivation. You know, motivation will get you started, but what about the days when you're not motivated and you can't do it because the motivation isn't there? Motivation is amazing. I motivate people all the time. But what's even better than motivation is consistency. Consistency is when you know you're going to do it anyway, whether you're tired, whether you're frustrated, whether you're angry. You're going to get up and do that thing. Whether you're being entertained by social media or television, you're going to say, hey, let me get off this phone and do what I got to do. Let me turn this TV program off because I need to do what I got to do, because the people I'm watching on social media or on television, apparently they've done what they need to do and they're getting paid. They're getting happy. Their health is good because they have their own show about health. They're the ones that's telling me things that I can do. But I'm watching them 24/7, and in the midst of watching them, I'm not doing what I'm watching. You understand? I'm watching, but I'm not doing. So you've got to be consistent. You got to say, hey, every day from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, I'm on this. Or when I wake up in the morning throughout the day, I'm going to leave this habit alone. And if I fail today, I'm going to get up tomorrow and try again and again and again. 6 o'clock every morning, I'm going to meditate. You're going to do what it takes consistently. And on the days where there's motivation, good, that's extra. But I'm going to be consistent. You've got to be consistent. You understand that? And so, yeah, you consistency over motivation. Protect your peace. Become the person your future is waiting for. And I want you to remember, success isn't something you chase. It's something you grow into. And when you're growing, you have to be patient with yourself. You have to take the good with the bad, baby, when you're growing. You have to get up 13 times when knocked down 12. You understand what I'm saying? You got to do the work. And you got this, baby. No doubt. Look what you already overcome. Look what you already did. Look where you are right now today, irregardless of what happened to you in your past. Look back. You know your life more than anybody. You know what you've been through, and you're still standing. You are amazing. You are. Take a look at that. I bet you that Coach Gwendolyn is telling the truth. Yeah, success isn't something you chase. It's something you grow into as you become stronger, wiser, healthier, more disciplined, more forgiving, more intentional. Opportunities begin to recognize you. They find you. It becomes easier. And one day you wake up and you have the life that you dreamed of. And more than that, you have the life that you worked for. And more than that, you have the life that you went outside of your mindset to create. You created a new you for a new life. And that's what we want to be able to do, sweethearts. That's what we're able to do. Not want, but are able to do. I want to challenge you guys tonight. And I don't want you to wait until next month. I don't want you to wait until Monday. I don't want you to wait until life gets easy. I don't want you to wait until you get more money. I don't want you to wait, this, and that, and all of these excuses. I want you to get started ASAP. As soon as possible. And what I want you to do when I say get started ASAP is tonight, I want you to write one sentence. And I want that sentence to start off with, in 5 years, I will become. And I want you to notice this. I didn't say I will have. I didn't say I will have. I said I will become, because we've been talking this whole night about becoming what your dream needs, becoming what your goals need, becoming what your life needs. You become what you want to see. You become the person that can bring these things to you. You have to change that mindset, okay? In order to change anything on the outside of you when it comes to your figure, your health, your finances, any of that, becoming an artist who now can't even draw a straight line, you have to tell yourself 1,002 times that you can. And then you have to pick up that pencil 1,002 times and keep drawing until you get those drawings and those lines and those shades and all that right. Because you can become, you are a creator. You are made in the likeness of the creator. You are a creator. How can I say that any better? You are a creator, just like the creator. Stop doubting yourself. As much as you doubt yourself, as much as you'll lose. You understand? As much as you'll never have. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop that doubt, baby. You cannot be made in the likeness of the creator and not believe that you are a creator of your life, of your future, of your dreams, of your goals, of your destination. You got this. And thanks for those hearts, guys, by the way. I love you guys. Let's keep going. So yeah, notice I didn't say I will have. Who you become determines everything you'll have. Your next chapter begins the moment you decide who you are today. Even though you're not that person, you have to decide today that you are that person and then become that person. Claim that, baby. Claim it. Claim it. I wasn't always a transformational coach, and one day I woke up and I said, I'm a transformational coach. And I picked up the books, and I did the work. I created the videos, the social media growth that you see here today. I used to be horrible in front of a camera. Oh, I remember. I couldn't do but one video a day. A day. And I struggle with that one video. Now I'm doing a whole podcast, lives, reels. I'm doing it. I remember when I tried to do lives, I failed at it for years. I was like, it's so hard to just talk to a camera. But it wasn't the camera I was talking to you. And it took work for me to believe that you were on the other side and that I could reach you, talk to you, feel you, guide you. And it was so strange feeling. And now it feels like, as we call it, a comfort zone, second nature. I get on here, I speak to you, I feel you, I see you, I love you. And like I said earlier, if I could reach through, I would give you the biggest hug. But because I can't, all I can do is love you through the phone, love you through the screen, and give you what I can on the other side. But that used to be hard for me. But I had to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep telling myself. I had to be consistent, even on days when I wasn't motivated. Consistency over motivation. Remember that, okay? You got this. You got this, baby. I believe in you. You can beat that health situation that you have. But you got to do the work and you got to be consistent. And when you fall, you got to get back up. You can get your finances in order. You can find love. You can do all of that, baby. You are made by the Creator as a creator. Yes, you got to do the work, honey. Your next chapter begins the moment you decide that who you are today is not the limit of who you can become. Let me read that again. Who you become determines everything you'll have. Your next chapter begins the moment you decide that who you are today is not the limit of who you can become. Guys, I love you all. I'm going to say good night, and I'm going to see you next week. Same place, same time, right here on YouTube at 7:30 p.m. And who knows what next week will bring when we come on here and talk. But I hope tonight's information helped you in some way. And if there's someone that you know that needs to hear what Coach Gwendolyn spoke about tonight. Please share this live with them. Send it to them. Share it with them. Don't be a gatekeeper, baby, because we're here to love on each other and to love people outside of this live. It's all about love, baby. When the world has more love than hate, that's when true change happens in this world. It's not about guns and war. It's about love and care. And that's what we have here. Love and care, baby. Y'all go ahead. Rewind this. Take notes. Do whatever you have to do. But make the change. Reminds me of Michael Jackson's song. Wanna make a change for once in my life. You know the man in the mirror? Yeah. I love that. Go listen to that tonight. And with that, I'm going to see you guys next week. I love you, and it's been amazing. Good night, sweethearts.